everyone. Welcome back to our podcast, No More Secrets. As always, I'm your niece, Katie Albrecht.
And I'm your aunt, Mary Albrecht. And we have a guest on the show today. Her name is Jill. Say hello.
Hello, Jill.
I was going to say hello, Jill.
Say hello, Jill.
But then she'll say hello, Jill. So I said say hello, and she still said say hello, Jill.
Honestly, she got the joke before you
even
said it.
That backfired on me.
Yeah.
So
she gets it. She
Jill
gets the joke.
has a very unique story, very many unique stories. We were going to talk a lot about her brain, but we got off on Bigfoot. That seems to be more.
And spiked Taco Bell drinks.
And when she was a bar owner and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of good tangents that we can go with here.
Right.
But
just try to follow us.
Just try to follow. See if you can follow. Okay, everybody? But no, really the main thing, my therapist, is that okay that I say that? Well, whatever. I just said it.
That's your therapist.
Yeah, it's my, yeah.
I don't know.
Weirdo.
That's not how I met you. I don't know.
She just thought she had an interesting story to tell. Basically said, she's got some shit. So
and Mary's like,
shit, yeah?
been through some shit.
I love that.
And I love shit. And we hit it off right away. And she went to Libertyville High School, and we're kind of like been on similar, trajectories all the while without ever knowing each other. And I love it when things like that happen.
Yeah.
But it was like I just felt like instantly like I just knew you, and it was fun.
When I met you, yeah.
What's so funny is that I was going to bring a bottle of wine over. I thought, oh, no, don't do that, because what will she think? I don't know why I even cared. But then I found out.
It seems like a weird thought that you would have.
That I would ever have.
As you're drinking a glass of wine
I'm
right
always
now.
drinking wine. And so, but I
Always.
just wanted to be a good girl that night. And I remember thinking, God, I could really use a glass of wine. And then I come to find that were a bar owner, and you have some really good.
Couldn't have cared less, huh?
And you have a great party background, right? Lots of. Oh,
A smidge.
okay, let's just talk. Can we just go over that thing about the spaghetti?
Oh, yeah, this is really important detail that I think the live TikTok people have just missed. Yeah,
No.
Are we gonna? That's what we're gonna start
I
with.
don't know,
Spaghetti.
because I have searched before and never found it, but I hope it doesn't pop up after this.
We don't have to
It
talk
was
about
on
the spaghetti.
video.
It was on video,
It was
huh?
on video
So we could
recording.
YouTube this, huh?
I mean, when I would walk around after that, I was spaghetti girl.
I love it, and you're so tall.
What does that have to do with spaghetti?
Long and thin, like a
Oh,
spaghetti.
I was
never
like,
thought of it
I
that
think of
way.
spaghetti
And I
like
used to
curvy
be
noodles. I
blonde
don't know
back
why.
then.
And you used to be blonde?
Yeah, in case you don't find me on the web, I was blonde.
Okay.
Got to know what to look for when
Right,
we're searching.
right.
Yeah.
And her name's not really Jill. We'll go incognito.
It's actually
I can't tell
Jamie.
you my
Did you go by
incognito
Candy
name.
back then?
Huh?
Candy?
Yeah.
Or
What was
Buffy?
What was your spaghetti name?
Buffy.
AKA?
Buffy, I don't know.
Big
Sugar-
Red? Big
Sugar
Red.
Lips. Oh, that's fun.
Okay, so we totally want to party with this girl because she's
Honestly.
fun. But unfortunately, she also has sort of a serious story. It's not really a big deal. She's been having benign brain tumors for 22, 23 years.
Since 99.
So 23 now, almost, coming
yeah,
up.
I don't do math. So
Yeah.
I think that's close, yeah.
They're called meningiomas.
Meningiomas, yes. Multiple meningiomas.
Multiple meningioma brain tumors.
Yes.
Okay, so, and what's rare about this is that usually people get one or two, they take them out, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the lucky one because they keep coming back.
Yeah.
So what exactly is it? It's a non-cancerous brain tumor, is that correct?
Yes.
And it just, when did it start? I remember you said something with your eye, when you got your first brain tumor.
Well, that's when I found out about them.
Okay.
I actually, when they went in the first time, there was some that were like calcified. And he's like, the surgeon was like, you could have had these since birth.
Oh, wow.
And he said, usually, like, this kind of brain tumor doesn't happen, like, older ladies, like 70 or something.
Because you were 28?
I was your age.
29?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To find out that you have a type of brain cancer, I think is really scary when you're
Or
not
brain
even-
tumor. It wasn't cancerous, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a tumor. You hear those words and you start to think of all the possibilities. I'm sure of like, oh, could this lead to something more serious? You know, like
Cancer? Meaning?
yeah.
I don't even know if I ever thought that, but just having to have a brain surgery because it was affecting me being in my head, and they
Yeah.
like depending on where they are, you get different like side effects, I guess, or whatever you would call like
Symptoms, maybe?
yeah, something like that. Symptoms, yeah.
And so when you were seeing double, or what was it? Or blood in your eye? What was it that the first time that you got diagnosed?
Well, yeah, I had been getting severe, I'm talking severe headaches, and it turned out that was from like the pressure of the tumors taking up space in my head,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
don't let things take space in your head, you know. They tell you that. But it's a real thing.
Like physically, yeah, and mentally probably a little bit.
Yeah, but I'd rather have the mental shit than the brain tumor.
That's fair.
Well, the brain tumors give you the mental shit because I don't sleep well at all.
See,
But
yeah, exactly, and also
It's all connected.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. But so you were having massive headaches, but then something happened to your eye.
oh yeah, I told you I woke up and had like spots in my eye, and it was really kind of freaky. And I went into the bathroom and was looking in the mirror, and I could not see them in the mirror like on my eye, but I could when I look, you know, you look through your eye, and I could see like floaties,
Okay.
you know, and it really freaked me out. As I got in the shower, and the shower's all white, and these things are floating around my eye, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lose it. So I woke up my husband, told him what was going on, called the doctor, and we had already been discussing my headaches and stuff, and she had planned. I had an appointment for a ophthalmologist, but a specialist. Like she thought they might be optic migraines.
Okay.
And she said, well, let's get you into him today. He'll, you know.
Did you have migraines before this? Or any sort of headache or frequent headache like this? Or was this the first time?
I used to get really bad headaches in high school around sometimes at basketball or different events, and I didn't really think anything of it, you know.
Because you're young, you're in high
Yeah.
school, yeah.
And the thing that got me was, do you remember Kindergarten Cop?
Yes.
It's not a tumor.
What the heck is that now?
Really?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's teaching kindergarten
Oh,
undercover.
I've never seen that, but
And he's
My dad made me watch it when I was
Me
younger.
too.
Of course. Yeah, he made me. But I mean, as a kid, you know,
Yeah.
it's not like I don't think it was the most kid movie, but
yeah. But he says he has a headache. Like, this is giving me a headache. And one of the kids goes, maybe it's a tumor or something to that effect. And he's like, it's not a tumor.
it's a good Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah.
you did good, yeah.
And I kept telling myself that, but I was wrong.
So and so you got in right away with the specialist, and then they
Yeah.
did what, an MRI or what?
Well, when I was talking to him, I think I told you this, that he was asking really weird questions, like, have I been in a car accident? Have I been hit or abused?
Right, yeah.
And he had, like, casually closed the door. My daughter and my husband were on the other side of the door, and I'm like,
What's
oh,
going?
you think, like, he hit me? Because I'm like, I swear I haven't been in a car accident, you know? And I'm like, no,
Okay.
you know, no, nothing like that has happened. So he's like, okay, well, we'll get you in a CT. Got out of the CT. You got to go to an MRI. So then, and that didn't happen that day, but we got it all scheduled and stuff. Well, I think the CT happened that day, but then we had to go. MRIs are much more like you have to schedule them and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Is that more, or is that like the next level from a CT scan? Like, how does it work? Like, what do they usually prescribe first, or
The CT. It's
okay, so it's
not as
like invasive or something?
no. Yes, true. It is not, but the picture
It doesn't go through,
quality
and it doesn't
the-
go through layers as much as an MRI, right?
right.
Okay, so that's the more
That's
advanced
the intense one.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where like they do they can measure them, see if they've grown.
Okay.
I mean, like to specific centimeters and stuff.
Oh wow.
So you
Yeah.
had the MRI, and then
So-
they called you in and said,
Well, they called me on Halloween, remember?
"Oh right," and you had to take your daughter trick or treating.
So I've got a 3-year-old ballerina waiting to go trick or treating,
It's cute.
and I get a phone call, and it was my primary care, and she was like, "Okay, well, I got some results back. I don't want you to freak out. It seems like you have a couple tiny tumors behind your eyes or something." And I'm like, okay, like, what the hell does that mean?
You're 29. 28, 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around there. I was
And-
trying to do math. It's not working.
It's the brain tumors.
I sucked at math before that.
Okay, I was trying to bail you out, but okay.
It's the tumors,
Thanks,
man. It's the
though.
tumors.
You're welcome.
Okay, where was I?
So she said it was Halloween. You had to go
Yeah.
trick or treating. You have brain tumors behind your eyes, or tumors behind your
Yeah.
eyes.
So, oh, don't worry about it. And I had an appointment, like, I don't know, I think that was like a Friday or a Saturday. And then, so it must have been a Friday because the doctor called me. And then I think Monday, I don't know. Like I said, I have brain tumors. Anyway, so I fixed myself a big drink in a big tumbler and take my daughter trick or treating.
Because what else can you do, right? She was
Exactly.
waiting for you. Was your husband home when you got that call?
Yeah, I kind of,
like,
pulled him
oh,
aside
yeah.
and, I'm going to go, as I'm making my drink, I'm going to go take her trick or treating now. Because the plan was I take her, and I was going with like a neighbor and their daughter, and he'd stay home and pass out candy
Oh, yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
watch probably basketball, I think.
On Halloween.
It seems about the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, they're either pregame or the first weekend. It depends on what time of, not day, week it is, like if it's a weekend. Or,
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
You were a basketball player
I was.
and a volleyball player.
A little bit. I didn't play volleyball as much in high school. I think I played a year or two. But after high school, I played beach volleyball.
Cool.
That was so much fun.
I bet. Where?
Yeah. Zion.
Okay, not in the winter.
No, Mary, not in the winter.
They dumped a bunch of sand
See-
on the gym court.
See how smart I am?
You really put that one together. I'm so happy for you.
Oh man.
I
I'm
used
on-
to play basketball too.
Yeah.
Did you play in college or was it just high school or
No, I just did intramurals and different
Okay.
things in college.
what position did you play? Were you post?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
There's
Like the
posts
center.
and there's.
It's the tall girl spot.
Is that
Or
what
tall
you were?
guy.
I was a guard, but I was a taller guard. Yeah.
Okay.
So like even girls my height were posts even. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and when you're younger, yeah.
Especially when you're younger. In college, it would be a little different if I were to play, but I didn't obviously. But yeah,
Yeah.
I could ball handle, so that's why I was able to do it.
Right, and I was not a great ball handler.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I had a hook shot,
that's good.
Because you're like
Could you
7'5", right?
Close, yeah. It's 4, not 5.
7'4". Yeah, I get it right. That's funny.
6'4", right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're
Anyway,
keeping track.
so what did yeah, I don't know why that matters. I just think it's neat to see a woman that tall. It's kind of fun, especially because I'm 5'3".
Yeah, it's fun for you.
Yeah,
gonna say.
were you tall early? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, aren't the girls
eighth grade
always-
dances sucked.
ugh, The girls
Wait, so
always...
you were 6'4" in 8th grade?
Not quite.
You were getting there though.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't that stink? You know, because girls grow faster than boys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Height-wise, right? Because
Yeah.
were you taller than...
I was this height since I was like 14. Yeah.
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 I wasn't quite this height, but I was at least 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the brain tumors. What did you do about the first set of brain tumors? Was it surgery then?
Yeah, the one back here was like closest to the surface, I guess, and easiest to get at. So they did that one first to biopsy, make sure it wasn't cancer,
Okay.
and plan what was next. And we said I was living in Oregon then, right?
I didn't know that, no.
Oh, okay.
So, yay.
I was living in Oregon.
Okay. Were you living in Oregon?
Yes, I was, Mary.
Where was she living?
I think Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Okay.
Do you got a
For
tumor in
everyone
your
out
brain
there,
or what?
it's Oregon.
Oregon, not Oregon.
I've
a
heard
gun.
that people get
Oregon.
protective
Oregon.
over how you pronounce Oregon. Yeah.
Would
if you're
you
from
like
there.
people saying Illinois?
Well, I'm from Wisconsin, and when people say Wisconsin, it still throws me off a little bit. Like, you're supposed to slur it all together, you know?
Wisconsin.
Well, that's a Midwest thing, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you could just refer to me as a
Wisconsin.
fib because I really don't care.
That's good, yeah.
And I am.
I'm
so-
becoming a fib, so I kind of have to.
Yay.
I have to embrace it. I have an
Come to the dark
815 area
side.
code now.
There's a fibwab.
A what?
A
I
fibwab.
think you're making this up.
No, I know something, you guys.
Seems like something she would do.
This seems like bullshit.
No. It's a fucking Illinois bitch or bastard with
Right.
a boat. Fibwab.
Oh,
With a boat? What does that have to do with that?
Because they're on the highway and they're bringing their boat up to
Oh.
Wisconsin and they're driving all crappy and the boat is swaying and they're slow and they're, and they're like go back to Illinois.
I did not know that was a thing.
fibwab. Yeah, I've never heard that.
I know something.
I know that they get mad about Illinois
know
people going
something.
up to the lakes and stuff.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
So and then when they have a boat, they think they're even more important because you got this.
Oh, you got a boat.
And you're like, now you got your truck and your boat, and you're like driving like shit because you're from Illinois.
Because you're a fib. Yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah. Illinois.
Illinois.
It's noisy here.
So surgery,
Yeah.
and then what?
Brain tumors.
It's amazing the effects
transitions.
they have on you. You guys have them too?
Who knows?
Right. Just saying, right?
Okay.
So what did they do? Remove the one in the back, but not the ones behind the eye?
Right. Because
Okay.
They had to have the one that was like easiest to get to.
Okay, and then what? How did they get rid of the ones behind your eye?
They haven't.
Oh, they're still there?
Let's progress through the story, dear. Anyway,
Okay.
so they took the one out. Everything was fine. It was non-cancerous, like they thought. And then my sister-in-law worked as a speech pathologist, and she referred me to some neurological group here for my neck surgery because I didn't have anybody out in Oregon.
Okay.
And I just had Simone. I didn't really want to say her name, but
We can
I
bleep it
had
out.
my oldest.
Okay.
Okay.
No
They
problem.
don't even like me to post pictures on Facebook, so they're not going to like if I'm throwing their names out there.
That's a
Okay.
kid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what name you said.
Oh, neither do
I, me too. Yeah, nothing.
Probably Mary
Or Katie, yeah.
or Katie.
Yeah, that's what she was
I
saying.
thought it was Julie.
Julie.
Well, that's my incognito name.
The one where
Oh,
you...
the stripper pole name, right? Yeah. So before the podcast, before we were filming, we were talking about how this looks like a stripper sign, the No More Secrets, which led
Which
to
we love it.
the bar.
Oh, that's how that started.
Yes,
Yeah.
the bar, and she said that she used to have a stripper pole in her
And
bar.
I walked away for like 30 seconds. I came back. You're talking stripper poles.
We were.
It happened.
Mary was very confused.
Because I thought you said tripper pole.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah.
It works the same.
Progress, please.
I don't have any idea where I'm at. Am I at the bar? Am I
no.
at the hospital?
You got
Little column A,
referred to
little
somebody.
column B.
Your sister-in-law referred you to somebody here.
Yes.
And
so
so?
I ended up having my second surgery here at Rush, and it was right here. And what I did not know is a lot about the brain, but I found out that, let me just say, I woke up paralyzed on the right side.
Ugh.
And I woke up, the doctor's like at the foot of my bed, and he's talking to me, and I'm like, okay, okay, I'm alive, I'm awake. So, like, okay. And he's like, you don't feel that? I'm like, feel what? He goes to my other foot, scrapes this key in. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, I've been doing that to your other foot, and you had no reaction. So
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
So it was, I would say, from about like here down, and sweatpants on.
They're really nice sweatpants, though. I mean, look at those shoes.
That is top of the line,
Oh
man.
yes, I get
The
the
shoes,
shoes.
Those
man.
shoes are pretty sweet.
Those are sweet shoes, man. I
Yeah.
want those shoes.
They're my jogging shoes because my legs work like that now.
Not.
If you haven't noticed, I'm full of sarcasm. I was raised on a healthy dose.
It's the
good.
only way to get through this stuff, right?
Yeah, you said this shit, yes.
This shit. I swore.
And you just have to keep bringing me back. So
Yeah, so you had the so you're paralyzed.
yes.
Oh, there's that.
So I had to stay here for, oh geez, I don't know, a couple months to do physical therapy. And as the swelling in the brain went down, functioning and feeling came back.
Okay.
Now my right foot still has like neuropathy in it, like weird nerve tingles and
Still.
just like meh, every once in a while.
Yeah.
But that's better than what it started
Then
out
I mean,
with.
you can walk. And
Yeah.
it's-
I can,
Sort
I
of.
can walk.
Cause you also did you have the knee replaced?
Yeah, I had the knee replaced 2 years ago. From that, I had the hip replaced. Whole nother story.
Yeah. Let's stay on the brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what happened after the 2 months of physical therapy?
Then I got to come back to, or go back to Oregon, and Simone, or my oldest and I,
Mary or Katie, yeah.
Yeah, Jill or Julie.
Julie, and I,
You're Jill.
Jane. Jill Jr.
she would love that even more.
I'm sure, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jill the second.
Jill the Second is my formal name. So you made it back to Oregon.
Do you ever have it where your socks are too tight? You gotta loosen them up a
Yes.
little. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Okay, just letting you know. Go on.
Wow. You guys are. So
We're talking about Jill Jr.
A whole bunch of ADHD going on here because we just go.
I know. That's what we're saying. So yeah, so your youngest or your oldest, I mean, was in Oregon, right? And you went back to Oregon.
Well, she stayed here with us because I remember the TV story in the fire truck.
Oh right. Oh my gosh.
So we were staying at my mother's house, and I was in her room, and she was staying in like the spare room, guest room with my daughter, and I had like the TV on just the whole time because I'm in and out of sleep. There was no day and night, all that, and all of a sudden I hear like this, and smoke and fire starts coming out the back of the TV. I'm like, Mom! Hello, little help here. I don't think I could get up and walk by myself at that point. So I'm like, hello. So she comes in and she's like, oh crap. So she unplugs it, pulls it away from the wall, calls the fire department. And this is my mother, okay? could you have them not turn on the sirens? Because it's like 3:00 in the morning. I don't want to wake up all the neighbors.
I don't want all the attention kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Judgment.
So I have no idea what they said to her. They were probably like, sure, ma'am, click. No.
And then the loud sirens come anyway, right?
I don't think they had the lights, but I don't think when they got in the subdivision that they actually had sirens on anymore.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that was sweet
Okay.
of them. And I was like, ooh, fireman, hi, how you doing?
And you said they were really cute, right?
Yeah.
They usually are. Just because
mean,
they're in uniform and all. And
That
you
is
know.
the image that you think of when you think of a
Right.
fireman. Yeah.
The calendar.
The calendar dudes. Yeah. The calendar dudes.
I'll take May. So they just basically wheeled the TV out into the garage. So they sprayed it and put it in the garage and said it shouldn't be any more of a problem. But that was just kind of a fun story.
Yeah, sort of an aside. And I'm recovering from a brain tumor. I don't usually look like this.
Right? Yeah. You have a good excuse if you're not on your top of your game or whatever, you know?
I had like zipper head, like when Julie came in to see me for the first time in the hospital.
It's going to be a different name every time.
Right? Elizabeth. She came in the room, my little tiny girl, and came over like just big eyes. And she comes up to me, and I haven't seen it yet, and she's like, can I touch it?
Oh.
Because it's like a big metal zipper, down here, and shaved. And she was just like in awe.
You're so cool, Mom.
Yeah, like that's awesome. And I'm like, you have to be very gentle. So she's like, like E.T.
Were you wearing a red hood and it's on a bicycle too and everything?
Oh no, I'm not Elliot.
Don't know what that means.
No, it's amazing
Oh
what
my
the fuck I remember, because that was the kid's name, right?
In E.T.?
Yeah.
Maybe? Drew Barrymore you're talking about?
No, the boy.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. I just know whoever it was wearing like a red hood and they covered
Yeah,
E.T.
no, Drew
with
Barrymore wasn't it, but she was the little sister. She was really young back then.
it. She was, yeah, she
Yeah.
was a little baby. Do you even
Who
know what
makes
E.T.
me
is?
feel really freaking old. But okay.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
What, do you watch TV?
don't-
Do you see movies?
Do you know anything?
I don't understand.
Do you actually know anything?
I'm an alien.
Oh, do you know my boy Bigfoot? We're cousins.
He wears shoes like that, too.
Yeah, I've heard that of all the
Silly, he
the
doesn't
lore
wear
of
shoes.
Oh,
Bigfoot.
he's right. He's barefoot, isn't he?
Yeah, and naked. Well,
Barefoot Bigfoot.
Furry.
Oh, he's furry. Like Dunkel.
Dunkel. Oh, yeah, the dog is Dunkel.
Who's Dunkel?
It
That's
sounds
Bigfoot
like
Jr.
your drunk uncle, Dunkel.
Dunkel, exactly.
I've heard that someone that just became an uncle and he wanted to be called Funkle, so he's a fun uncle or whatever. But to me, it sounds when you say Funkle, it sounds kind of like a fungus. So I don't know
Or
if that's.
stinky, yeah.
Well, it's kind of a Funkle over there.
Like he's funky, yeah.
But he thinks of himself as the fun uncle. Is what?
Funkle?
Yeah, Funkle.
That's interesting.
Let him think of himself that way.
You know what? Whatever works for you, man.
Go
you know,
for it.
you are the fun uncle if that's what you want. You know.
Okay, people, we got to stay on task here.
Good luck with that.
So what happened next? You got over that, and then they said they don't come back, right? Most of the time.
Oh, no. I mean, I still, at that point, because I think originally it was like 8, and they took out, the first time they took out the one, then he went in, and I guess it was like a really, really long surgery. My mom was getting really, really worried, because he was, where he cut, he was going to go up and take some other ones out, but they were calcified.
Oh, right, which made them think
Excuse
that
me.
you had it for a long time.
Right.
Maybe from birth even.
That's what they said, yeah.
That you had brain tumors from birth.
Yeah. I'm a lucky one.
You're so lucky.
So what's like the maintenance for all that then? Is it like, do you have to go back once a year for scans, or is it
Yeah.
surgery every few years? Like, is it like a regimented thing, or is it just whenever it pops up?
No, hurry up and wait is what my mom and I say.
Okay.
Which sucks.
So it's not necessarily on a schedule. It's just whenever they.
Well,
get
no,
big.
the MRIs and monitoring them are on a schedule.
Okay.
It used to be every 6 months, then it went to a year, and recently I had terrible headaches. And then I was actually at the hospital for a blood draw, and I don't really know what happened. I ended up in the emergency room, and they did this
Recently?
Yeah, this all led to what's going on right now.
Okay, all right.
And they did a CT, and they said it looked like there was 3 small new ones compared to the CT they had taken in 2018. Because I'm with the North Shore, I was at Condell, and like I said, they only do CTs in the emergency room. So I had to get an MRI to compare to old MRIs to see if they were actually new, or like maybe they were new 2 years ago and don't worry about it, you know. So I had called my neurologist, and what's fucked up is that my neuro-oncologist just left to go teach at Vanderbilt. Is that in Tennessee?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. We're going to go with that. Okay.
Yep.
But I mean, has got me through all this.
Oh, and he left.
Yeah, and he left. But
And you're getting your MRI Monday, right?
Yes, but I went to go get it, and what had happened was I could not lay there still because of my knee, because this was a month and a half ago, and my knee was not, it's still not totally better,
Right.
but I could not lay still for that long. And so they're actually, meningiomas grow on nerve sheath, I think it's called, the layer that surrounds your nerves.
Yeah.
So I have some on my spine, upper spine.
Which is also rare to have it both in your brain and your spine, right?
I don't really know for sure.
Okay, but go on, sorry.
Most of this is not very common. You know, especially in the multiples that I've had it.
Multiples, and they keep recurring.
Right.
And so none of these tumors have been cancerous, right?
Right. I mean, technically, I have cancer because these stupid things keep growing back and they don't know why.
Okay.
But when they test them, they're not cancerous.
I feel like that's even rare. Yeah, just having a bunch of tumors that don't lead to or progress into cancer later or whatever. I think that's pretty rare.
Right. Well, I'd like to keep it that way, though.
Yeah.
If anything,
not progress to cancer.
But you've even
Yeah.
had to get chemotherapy as one treatment, right?
Well, yeah, in the very beginning, because I had one of them is very close to my brain stem,
Okay.
which, as you know or not,
That's
controls everything in your
yep.
body.
Yeah.
So that's the most important, that does not grow.
So they're keeping it down with chemo, or they did?
It, knock on wood or whatever we have here, bamboo.
Knock on wicker.
Wicker, that's the word I was looking for. not
Bamboo. That's funny.
It's a panda feeding ground. Anyway.
Perfect. Hey, that's the next pet you gotta get is a little panda bear.
Oh.
You got a big food source for them already.
You come in and sit down and it falls over. Damn panda.
Damn panda.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh God, my youngest had this baby doll. It was like a rag doll, but it had like the little hard hands and hard feet and hard head, you know?
A rag doll had it?
Well, it wasn't really a rag doll, but it was a baby doll, but had been through so much and washed and all that. So the soft body just, it was kind of,
Okay.
Because my youngest held one little hand and just dragged the damn thing everywhere.
Oh, God.
And one day she got mad and threw it against the wall and said, "Dang, baby." So
Did dang baby smash against the wall a little bit after that, or no?
what?
Did the dang baby smash and like become destructed at that point?
Oh no, dang baby held in there till the end. But yeah, she got slammed on the wall.
Abuse.
But
Motherly abuse,
I was
honestly.
like, okay, maybe not dolls for this one.
Dang baby. Maybe a panda.
That was fun.
Oh.
We're gonna go with the panda. So
All right.
again, I have no idea where I was at.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Neither do we. So when did they come? Okay, so you've had surgeries, chemo, radiation. You were in a coma. Let's talk about that. When did that happen?
2013.
And that was
So 9
after
years ago.
one of the surgeries, or why did that happen?
Good freaking question. I had an episode, something like, I don't even know if it was a seizure or not. Mm-hmm. I've never had like a grand mal seizure where you shake or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had, let's call them episodes, shall
Okay.
we?
Okay.
So I had an episode, and this was before Dr. Merrill. And I'm gonna plug that man.
Okay, the
because
one that went
he's
to.
excellent.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And I don't remember what this guy's name was. Doesn't matter. He put me on steroids, to help with that, which is what you do. But I'm on warfarin, a blood thinner.
Okay, right.
They terribly interact.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found out the hard way. So every time I would go back, he would up the dose. And eventually I was just so out of it that I didn't know anything really. It's like I wasn't like in a coma per se, like knocked out, but I was like non-functioning awake. I remember my youngest would sing Bohemian Rhapsody to me. Now think about that.
That's
and
an
the
easy
words.
song.
No, but the words.
You know that song?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so she knows Queen. That's good.
Yeah.
But Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the beginning, Mama.
Oh,
Just
just
killed
killed
a
a man. Put
Put
a gun against his
head.
head. Pulled
The
the
trigger,
trigger,
now
now
he's
he's
dead.
dead.
Yeah, let me see. She was maybe. Well, okay, let's do math.
Uh-oh.
So she was 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like, but you couldn't say anything because you were so out of it?
Yeah, it was like, but I could take things in, and she was a big
this
Cake Boss fan.
This was when you were in a coma?
Yeah.
That this was happening?
I
Okay.
call it a coma. I don't really know what the hell it was, but
Somewhere
I was
between conscious and non-
non-functioning.
You couldn't
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty non-functioning for like 2.5 months. It started July 4th. Because I remember I lived, my best friend lived with me. As we had a house, we had the basement, and my parents lived there. They had like in-law situation
Sure.
suite, even
Yeah.
though they were actually my parents. But I was divorced by then and had 2 little kids, and
Got it.
my friend lived there as well. So
Okay.
we were just, the average American family.
Very normal.
Yeah. What was my point? Why am I talking about
We're
this?
talking
So
about
the coma,
Yeah.
and the 12-year-old singing that, and
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing that you remember it. I'm wondering if all people that are in a coma feel like that, where they're like kind of in this in between state. Did the doctors talk to you about that at all? Like if this is normal, or were you just like an extraordinary case where you
I
could
have
actually?
no idea. I really have no idea, because what happened was, as
Catchphrase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they upped my medicine, it just got worse and worse, and INR and I'm not a doctor. If anybody is out there listening, this might not be exactly right, but for y'all laymen's like me, the gist of it is basically warfarin's a blood thinner. Steroids react with the blood thinner to make your blood thinner.
Oh.
Because I was sick, they weren't taking me to my
Your appointments for your INR check.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
And so it just kept getting higher and higher. It's supposed to be between 2 and 3
right.
is like normal.
And
Did
what,
the doctors not know that you would have this reaction if you mix the two back then, or was it something you found out through your experience?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'd be very rich if I had died, I'll tell you that much.
you'd be very
I was gonna
rich.
say it sounds almost malpractice like.
If I had died, but
Oh, so but even if it like puts you in a coma, that's still not even considered.
What was your INR?
once 9.
What
Yeah.
is that?
You're
So-
like bleeding out.
Oh,
I don't actually know this terminology. What is that?
INR is just the level your blood's supposed to be at.
the
and it's supposed to
thickness
be
of your
between
blood.
2 and 3.
Oh.
It's like your clotting factor or whatever.
Okay, so 9 is really, really high.
Really, really
Okay.
high.
Which-
Because I wanted to go. My mom got me an appointment at Mayo, and my daughter called me this morning and told me not to cry.
Oh, that's okay. Cry. We cry all the time on the show,
Literally.
along with laughing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do it. We don't have Kleenex though, so
It's
sorry.
cathartic. Yeah.
Gotta use
I
your
have a
sleeve.
Part of the brain tumors is I never know where I'm at, like
Yeah,
not physically
right.
sometimes, but
I know that. Yeah. Your daughter. But your mom got you an appointment at Mayo Clinic.
yes,
Okay.
okay, and my aunt was coming up from Tennessee, my dad's sister, who is my godmother, and very close to the family. And my mom kept saying, remember, we can't go up there until, your aunt shows up. And I was like, I felt like I couldn't wait. It's like I was going to die before I got up there, But I couldn't express all of this,
And this was when you were at a 9.
I don't know
INR.
if I was there yet, but
on your
over
way.
this 2 months, that's where I'm going.
You got it.
And I tell you what, my parents, my daughters will never forget the warning signs of Coumadin levels being too high. I didn't even know when I was on this stuff, but tarry brown stool, I think that happens when you have an ulcer. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
you're
like blood.
you're bleeding out.
Yeah.
You're internally bleeding out.
Yeah, and so, and I couldn't even control it. I had did that in the bed,
Yeah.
and so I mean, they gave away my fucking dogs.
What?
Wait, what?
They thought I was dying. I mean,
Was it your family or your doctors? Like, who's they?
my mom and dad.
They thought you were dying.
Yeah, and I think they panicked
Okay.
because they were like, "We're gonna have these 2 girls. We don't need 2 dogs." That's when I had the Great Dane and the pug.
Okay, right. We talked.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
know. And I do remember when they came to get him and trying to stop it, but I couldn't do anything.
Oh my
Oh.
God, this is such
Oh,
a
that's so
helpless
sad.
feeling.
Oh man.
And I
This is
mean,
awful.
Oh.
it still tugs at my heartstrings that they did that, but I have to kind of try to see things from their perspective and what they thought. They didn't know I was going to come back or what was going on. Nobody did.
And they've been really solid for you through the years, so you know they meant well, right?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, put yourself in their position. What the fuck would you do?
Two girls. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Losing their daughter.
So,
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was malicious at all. Obviously,
Oh no, but
it's just
it just hurts.
But
so
it
bad.
shitty
hurt,
situation,
and
yeah.
you couldn't do anything about it. You're stuck in your body.
Oh gosh,
Like-
that would be terrible. I can't even imagine.
So how did it get discovered then that you were bleeding out?
Well, I eventually got in the car, got to Mayo, passed out in the doctor's office. Like the second I got in there, I think my body just said, "You can."
Please, take. This is it.
Yeah.
Take it. Help me.
And so I went straight to the emergency room. The first thing they did was take my INR, and it was like at a 9 or whatever. And so then they just, fixed me from there or whatever and got me back where my levels
Probably give
were
you vitamin K and all that to reverse it.
Hey,
Yep.
you know that, yeah.
Yeah. No, but good Lord,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what.
And
how
I
you're
was up there for 10 days. Oh my God.
And you.
Insurance. I mean, I had Medicare and the state Medicaid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this. The state sucks in that respect.
A lot of people say that about
Yeah.
it, about the state for that
Yeah.
reason. Yep.
Okay, so I'm on disability.
Yeah.
That's how I get paid, right?
Sure.
But I make too much to get state health care, so I have to have a spend down. And no one could explain to me
You make
what.
too much on disability.
Yeah.
To get state health insurance. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, totally. So and then so they put me on a spend down. Like I had it, but I had to do this spend down thing.
So we didn't have as much.
I still don't even understand what the fuck a spend down is.
Okay.
I asked, I don't know how many times I stood in that damn line on, what is it, Lewis, right? Yeah. It's in Waukegan.
In Waukegan, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And you have to be there at the crack of frickin' dawn. And then you have to wait in the line standing. Ugh,
Which
nightmare.
oh my God.
If you get an appointment, it would just yuck. But anyway, at Mayo, I got this bill you could not believe.
What? Oh my God.
And I had to, I actually applied and they paid for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like
Mayo.
Mayo.
paid
It
for
was like
Okay.
I forget, like a hardship thing or whatever.
Okay.
Wow,
and-
but what was the bill? Can I ask?
I can't remember, upwards of like 50,000. Like I'd
Wow.
have to sell my house
Yep.
and the car and the kids.
Yep.
Yep.
Least favorite kid, right?
Pick one.
Julie.
Julie. Yes, we're talking
We're
about
gonna go with Jill. Sorry.
Is that Jill Junior or Junior? Julie. So this is. How long did it take to finally come or feel like a sense of normalcy after all of this? Or, sort of normal after all, like the
After
coma,
that period of time.
Yeah, that
With
period.
the.
I
INR.
kind of.
like where you could actually speak again and, be
Oh,
present.
as soon as they figured it out in the hospital. Yeah.
Was it such a relief to be able to speak after not being able to?
Yeah. I don't know if I ever totally lost speech, but it didn't make any sense. So,
Sure, yeah. But to like
be able to
communicate.
think.
Sorry,
To be
to
able to
communicate.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was
communicate, yeah.
very surreal, I guess.
Okay.
Like, because I would see, like, Buddy Velasco or whatever his name is, like, in my sleep because the child had that on all the
know.
time and would, like, sit next to me because she always wanted to be next to me.
Sure.
But she was, like, this huge Cake Boss fan.
Oh, Cake Boss. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of us were like, who?
Yeah.
So I don't know, Cake Boss.
You
I don't know that one either.
Buddy? Come on.
No, I don't.
When I hear Buddy, I think of Will Ferrell and Elf. So
I love that movie.
that's my favorite Christmas movie. I watch it every year.
Every year.
Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? No? Okay.
Got nothing.
Okay.
God, what
Lights
do
are
you
on. No one's
do?
home over
I'm
there.
an alien. I told you that. big.
I recommend
Third
Elf.
rock
Even
from
they
the sun.
download things for their brain that they can have conversations about.
True, yeah, they have alien translators these days.
Like
Hello.
third rock
I'm
from
gonna
the
have
sun.
to start with a what happened to you.
Well, yeah. we can review that
Yes.
another time. But anyway, so then what happened after that whole period of time? Did you end up with more brain tumors after that in 2013?
After that, yeah, I had, what is it? And these are not random, but close dates and numbers.
Yeah, estimates. Yeah.
That's the word. Estimates.
Yeah, I know you. The word retrieval is one of the hugest problems with the.
Oh
brain
yeah, my filing
tumors.
system doesn't work very well,
Yeah.
and I put it somewhere, and then
It just whatever.
you don't know where the hell it went. And
Yeah. Yep.
it's yeah.
Really sucks, but go on. So after 2013, you.
Oh yeah. Well, then I was doing really well for a while, and I think that's why I decided it was a really good idea to open a bar.
Oh right. Now we're getting to the strip pole.
Stripper pole.
So that was recent? I didn't realize that was... I thought that was
I
before all this.
It started in 15. I
Okay.
think I was open like 16, 17. I really can't remember, but I do know that I had surgery. I think it's 6. I had 2 brain surgeries while the bar was open.
And did you create this bar from the start, or did you buy it?
No, created it.
Wow.
Yeah. I had
Wow.
other people involved whose names I won't mention because it was a huge shit show. And
Yeah.
there were so many rumors about all this. It was just ridiculous.
But you had it for 2-3 years. It
Yeah.
sounds like. And had 2 brain surgeries during that.
Yeah.
And had a stripper pole. Can't forget about
Stuck
that.
on the stripper pole. Should I tell the story?
Yeah, tell us the story you told
Okay.
us beforehand.
So there was an upstairs to the bar, and we did drag shows up there like once a month. And one of the gals had, they didn't strip, but they danced with the pole. And this one gal could, like, hold it and be sideways. Like, what the hell? How do you do that? There's
Really
gravity,
athletic
right?
to be able to do that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think she was the only one that performed on it.
Okay.
And it was like a pressure pole.
Okay.
So it stuck to the ceiling, couldn't use the ceiling. And then the ground. And then they tightened it up. Well, it was the end of the night. We're just chatting and picking up and stuff. And some are changing. And one of the gals comes running. Grand finale. Grabs the pole, thinks she's going to go around.
Ends up Georgia the
pole
Jungling a little bit
had been
instead.
disconnected, like unlocked. So
Pressured.
yeah, unpressured. So the pole, and the bar table right next to it just all went. And it was one of those gasped, and then everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, are you okay? Okay, that was fucking funny.
See, in those situations, I know that you're supposed to make sure people are okay, but my panic reaction is like a and I end up feeling bad if they're actually hurt or something, but then I'm sitting there laughing because I don't know how to react or change my face,
My face is stuck this way.
Yeah, I just
Well, I
panic.
have very little control over this too, especially.
I
in
panic
awkward
smile all the time.
situations.
Yeah.
It's my defense mechanism. Like, why are you laughing? I don't know.
I don't know. I just can't. I'm stressed.
That's how I get through life.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So you had the bar, and then you had 2 brain surgeries, and then what eventually made you want to, or why did you end up closing, or when did you end up closing the bar to start?
That's a good question with dates too.
You said it was before the pandemic, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just
yeah,
before?
it was before 2020. But I can't. Honestly, can't remember exactly when.
Okay.
I could find out in a date book or something, but I don't think it's that important.
Right.
So yeah, it was just too stressful, and
With the surgeries
with
and
the
everything.
surgery, and I think they're thinking that the stress might be triggering
Okay.
more.
Sure, making it worse.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
where was you were married twice?
Yeah,
But-
thanks for that.
You were married 5 times.
Only okay, that's nice. No, only twice. So
Only twice. See, now I
There
made
you
it.
go.
I made it better. Yeah.
she made it better.
And I was like, you were married twice.
No, I've only been married twice.
I'm sorry.
Only.
But point being, when you opened the bar, were you married at the time?
No.
So you were
but I was
single-
with someone, and
Oh.
that's part of the whole shit show thing that we're not going to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. It's fair.
But so did your condition, did your illness cause the end of your marriages or contribute?
The first one, no, we were just young and dumb, and I actually still talk to him. We're friendly. The second one, I believe so. Because I try to tell my girls, he was not like that when I married him. You know, I've been told that he had a psychotic break. I don't know this to be true for sure. I suspect it probably is, because he also had a brother with some issues like that. And I'm not sure if that's genetic or whatever, but it was like around the same time, kind of same circumstances type thing. What am I talking about? I know what I'm talking about. Why?
It's okay. The second husband, maybe the marriage
Yeah, because
crumbled in part because of your illness.
yeah, it was a lot, and like I think I told you, like I don't think that I ever really dealt with it, you know, because I had to be the one that just did it, do it, get over it,
And
you got
raise your kids, yeah.
and you know, go on,
Just keep
and
going, yeah.
thank God for mom and dad to help that. And it's one of those now that I talked to Christine, like was it help or hinder? But again, it's how you're brought up to deal with stuff.
Okay.
And
Yep.
they're both from South Dakota farms. You
Oh,
know?
really?
Yeah.
Your parents?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And
Different, definitely.
very different
Culture, yeah,
situation
yeah.
and culture, and like when they were like, oh, could it be genetic? Like my mother was adopted,
Okay.
and
So
my dad's like, yeah, we grew up on a farm, and if people died, they died. Nobody cracked their head open and said,
to
oh
find-
shit, brain tumors.
right.
You know.
Are you an only child?
Oh no, I have two older brothers.
And they have no problem with
No,
their brains?
they don't think it's genetic at all.
Okay.
They've done a whole
Just
bunch
like
of
freak thing that happened to you, kind of thing. Only.
yeah, maybe not me only, but in my circle, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a lawsuit going on
Oh.
about environmental impacts and causes.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
didn't know
like
that,
like a group class action thing. Are you part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's about all I'm going to say about
Sure.
that.
Sure.
Right. I'm
Absolutely.
sure you can't
Yeah.
say too much on it. Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, ugh, the luck of all this and the bad luck.
Yeah, because
you
they've
know?
done like, you know, genetic testing on me and different things. Because that's what I was scared of. I've already had 2 kids. What the hell?
Right. Yep.
I do not wish this on anyone, not even my worst enemy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's, you know, they should be
Definitely.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you okay? So I'm gonna go back to this. So, You had told me that one time you fell in Target, right? I mean,
Yeah.
stuff happens to you because of your
Yeah.
brain tumor. You look normal, you look functional, but then you can't remember stuff, and you maybe lose your balance, or you maybe look drunk, but
Yeah.
you're not. And
Yeah.
you can't really go up to people and say, I have brain tumors, that's why I'm talking like this, or can't remember this, or fell, or whatever, right? Isn't that,
Yeah, it doesn't go well when you say, excuse the fuck out of me, I have brain tumors to someone.
yeah.
It just doesn't go well.
But
you
do
know.
they judge you? Do some people judge
Well, I
you?
think some people just don't even believe me, Like, I started saying it's an old football injury about my leg and tripping, I mean, like, because I've come to find out, they don't really give a fuck. They're nosy and
yeah.
they're judgy.
Yep.
you
So
know.
then, whatever, right?
So, yeah.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Or I'll
true
say,
with a lot
do
of
you,
stuff.
huh?
I was gonna say, I just think that's true with like a lot of stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
people
totally.
don't really give a fuck what's going on within your life, like just strangers or whatever. Like they don't. If you're going through hell, like
Even
people don't
some
necessarily.
friends or,
True. Yeah, I mean, obviously some people do, and it's great when they do. But like most people are dealing with like their own stuff that they're not even thinking about. Like, oh wow, this person has had a rough go at it. Like it's
There's no empathy.
Well, yeah, and this has
it's unfortunate. Yeah.
This has opened my eyes. Like you said, you do not know what other people are going through.
Right.
Ever. You don't know about their background or what happened to them when they were children, what happened to them yesterday, what medical problems they're going through, or their daughter or their mom or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't judge people, man.
Yeah, because you just unless you've
We're all on
walked
separate journeys.
exactly in their shoes, which is impossible, right? You don't know.
Totally impossible, but let's get some empathy, people.
Yeah,
know?
right. Oh, absolutely.
Like you don't have to know what I'm going through, what was I trying to say? Like, you don't have to be able to,
experience what you're going through,
but just know that I'm going through something
that you don't understand, but
Yeah.
give me the benefit of the doubt and give me some empathy. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Or at least don't judge me. Even if you don't give me empathy, just give me nothing, but don't give me negative.
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said.
Leave me the fuck alone.
I say
Featuring Jill and Julie.
And Julie and all the other J names. We could do
So-
Jan too.
So your husband, he had a psychotic break, and it was a lot, and all of
Allegedly,
that.
we don't know. Yes.
And then, right. I mean, but yeah, you don't know for sure. But then the marriage just ended, and
Yeah.
so and that was hard as well.
Yeah.
And your
Because he was not the person I married at that point, and it was really, and I was going through so much, and facing that with these two little girls, and
were they little when that happened?
yeah, I mean, yeah, because what started it, like the actual, like, I'm getting a divorce, was we were in the kitchen one morning. They were getting ready for school, and I don't know, he'd just been acting weird, and he looked at me and he said, "Are you still on that medication where if you get cut you'll bleed out and die?" Yeah,
the
right.
fuck?
How do you take that? I felt like I went paralyzed because
Yeah.
of the way he said it and the look he gave me.
Like it almost sounds like a threat. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, great. Julie, take your sister Nina upstairs. But we're going to miss the bus. I'll drive you to school, okay? Okay, bye. And so they
Like
were
the-
good about listening, and they went upstairs.
Like your maternal instincts kind of kicked in to protect them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
In case it goes.
And I
south.
went and grabbed the phone and sort of walked around the corner and called 911. And I said, I don't even know if you can help me, but I think I said, this motherfucker just threatened to kill me. And they were like, wait, what, ma'am? You know, I'm like, my husband, you know, and I said, I don't know if this even counts. I told her what he said, and she was like, absolutely, there's someone on their way there. And you say you have 2 children in the house, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they sent more than one car.
Oh.
Yeah. And then they took him.
They took him to. How long was he in jail? Did he had to spend the night, or was he like bailed out, or?
I don't even know. I just know that, like, instant restraining order. He wasn't allowed at the schools. He wasn't allowed to pick them up. He wasn't allowed around me.
Wow.
And that's when I found a divorce lawyer.
It sounds like you had a
Or
pretty.
maybe I don't know. Had he already been served, and that's why he was acting like that? I don't remember. Honestly, don't. It was
But
right
if-
around the same time.
If the law was like helping you out with it, I feel like you had good instincts about it then, because it seems like there must have been something off about him if they were like actually keeping him in there. Like they wouldn't just take a person to jail for, I would assume, for no reason. I guess there's obviously cases of it and stuff, but it sounds like your instincts were spot on about it.
Well, he scared the hell out of me.
Like,
And I
he
had
really-
these 2 little kids.
And
you
he
know?
really, it sounded like, I mean, what husband says that?
Yeah.
So if you get cut, you bleed to death? And he's
Yeah.
kind of like excited about it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
that's
so
messed up.
creepy and out of the blue. I think was the weirdest part.
In the morning on your way
Yeah.
to getting your kids to school, like
Yeah.
he's not drunk or what, you know, it's like, well, maybe he
Well,
was.
that's a whole nother story, because he ended up. Was that before or after that? Okay, so yeah, he had been so he had already been served with divorce papers, but he was living up in the spare room. So when they kicked him out or whatever, and got the restraining order, I went up to clean the room. Liquor bottle, wine bottles, just shit hidden everywhere.
Okay.
And yeah, so
So,
I'm
yeah.
like, so he could have
Could have
been.
been
I
drunk.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long were you married?
I want to say about. I think we were married 9 years or so. Could it have been? Yeah.
And your daughters, how did they react to the divorce?
The little one, I don't think got it as much. Just because of circumstances, I think Julie is like 5 years older, you know?
The Nina.
The Nina. I forgot her name. So, she kind of understood it more and had more,
Like wherewithal with it.
more, I don't, like, grievance or
Sure.
knew where it was coming from, where
Yeah.
Nina didn't get it, like, at all. Like, that's my dad. What happened? You know,
Oh,
where
yeah.
is he? Like, it's just,
Okay, so it
It's
was actually
confusing as a
worse
kid,
for
yeah.
the younger one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because didn't get it. And you can't say, your dad threatened to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because then she's never going to want to see him again. But
Did he get custodial rights?
We were in divorce court for 23 months. Had to go to mitigation for custody and all this crap. And we got joint custody. He saw them one time.
Oh.
And
He
then,
just wanted to win.
exactly.
He didn't care about them.
Exactly. And that was a really harsh reality to them.
To them.
I kind of, at the end, I gave up fighting because I knew it was pointless because he hadn't seen them the whole time he was fighting to see them.
Exactly. Yeah.
The fuck? I mean, really?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, he had asked me, one of his sisters had passed, asked me if he could take Nicole down. Now, Nina, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Nancy.
Nancy.
To take her down where? To the
To the
funeral? Okay.
Yeah. And I this was a couple like years later, and I know his family down there, and I trust them. You know, she's got a ton of aunties that would kill for her. You know,
Okay, good.
Love
So
her.
you thought she was safe, right?
thought she was safe. But then when he got there, she was all packed. I brought her to the car, and she
Bound to happen.
she didn't want to go.
Oh,
I was not going to make her or force her go
okay.
because it was. I mean, reality. It's his fault. You've been MIA.
Yeah, and now I'm supposed to go on a road trip with you?
Yeah. You know, as he would say, "Oh yeah, we'll go golfing this weekend or whatever," and then not show up. You know, stuff like that. And you break this little heart so many times, and then I'm and her sister at that point were all she really had, and she's gonna get into a car with you for 12 hours. I just I wasn't gonna make her do it.
Maybe
And-
she had good instincts too, right?
Agreed. Yeah. But then then that gets
Then
thrown
he
up
got
in my face.
Sure.
you know.
Yeah. And so, but she didn't go?
No, she didn't go.
Good.
She didn't go.
Good.
Yeah.
And that was that the last time you saw her, or was that during the divorce, or?
No, that was after, I think. Now that I don't really remember.
And then, but then never saw them again? Or?
I don't want to say never, because he would, like, just when I think that they'd sort of settled into life, he'd pop up and call and be like, "Oh, you want to do something this weekend?" And then not show up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know, get their hopes up or whatever.
Ugh.
And I think there was a few. I think he might have took her golfing one time or something, but it was nothing that could make up for everything else that had happened.
So now they're 25 and 20. Do they talk to him at all?
I don't think Julie has at all.
Okay.
The little one, I think it's been quite a while. I think it was this year that she said, "I didn't even call my dad on his birthday."
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think that was
You can only be so
retaliation because he didn't call her on hers.
I mean, you can only be disappointed by your parents for so long.
Yeah.
Or not your parent, single
Yeah.
parent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it starts to build up and you
And you're just done.
retaliate. Yeah.
And you either retaliate or you're done, or both, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The disappointment it's hard when you're a kid and you feel like you have to be more of a parent role to one of them or something like that, But
Yeah. And they're such great kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
so it sounds like he's
Aw.
missing out then.
Oh yeah, he totally missed out. Yeah.
Julie and Nina,
Power
power to you.
Jill Jr. Jill Jr. Jr.
Junior is almost as tall as Jill.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Legs for days. Yeah.
Yes.
is that
Well,
a
she always gets
cup-
mistaken as the older one because she's the
Oh, she's taller.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between me and my sister, we're both about the same height, but we just have the dynamic of I'm more of the older to her, like she's more of the younger sister, and we've talked about this before that we kind of act like that, but it's just with our personalities.
Yeah, just that,
Yeah.
but they're only 15 months apart.
Yeah,
So
we're
They're
Irish
kind of
twins.
interchangeable.
Yeah, we're pretty much
they would get the same sweaters for Christmas,
in
'cause
different
they're-
colors.
I have my two older brothers are both October babies, 1 year apart.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So yeah.
That's like
I forget
real
what
Irish
they call
twins. Yeah,
that.
I
I think it's like something twins.
Irish
Yeah. I
twins
think
are
Irish twins. I think that's
That sounds right, but I could be wrong. Yeah,
Okay.
it's some
Yeah.
sort of twin.
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's Irish.
And yeah,
Oh,
when they were
sorry.
younger, it was like
And
they
water.
were dressed alike, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're not twins.
Yes.
Let me out of here.
Wow.
So, probably wrapping it up soon. I guess
I want to know how you're feeling now.
yeah.
Like,
Thank
physically.
you. Yeah.
Like
That was my
with
question.
all this. Oh, nice. See, we're on the same page, I guess. I guess with with all these surgeries, and I know that this is like a chronic thing with the tumors and stuff, do you feel okay like day to day, or is it always in pain of some sort, or how does it affect you in general?
Now.
Yes.
I think you learn to live with pain in many different aspects, as you guys know. You just have to deal with it. Not that it's not there, but you kind of put it on the back burner, or don't let it
Permeate
engulf
everything.
you.
Yeah, engulf you. Good word.
Yeah, thank you. But I don't. I honestly, I don't think it ever goes away. But I mean, I've been getting really bad headaches because, as you know, we're waiting on another MRI
On Monday, right?
see what happens. Yeah.
So by the time this airs, we'll know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my mom and I like to say, hurry up and wait.
Yeah, because
know.
you get the MRI and then you sit there.
And then I wait till Friday to find out
Right.
what they found out.
And I'm going to go to her house and drink with her during that week.
Yay.
It's my
great.
my duty.
Bring Taco Bell. Not the food.
I like the food personally.
When you're drunk. Or do you like it all the
Oh, I
time?
get sober. I try not to do it all the time, but I will do it when I'm sober.
Oh,
also.
interesting.
Take your sober butt to Waukegan and get a real taco girl.
What's in Waukegan?
I do like real tacos too. Don't worry.
Hello. Okay.
You don't know Waukegan?
Any place.
You basically live in Waukegan. What are you talking about?
I do.
You live on the border.
We're on the border of Libertyville and Waukegan. But
How does Libertyville and Waukegan have a border?
yeah, I mean, it's on River Road, and it's like Waukegan Township on River
Oh,
Road,
really?
but by Independence Grove, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Libertyville Post Office, so. But I don't know about that. But okay, what is with tacos in Waukegan?
They're
probably authentic
They're
Mexican, yeah.
actual tacos.
Oh, because Waukegan is heavily Mexican.
Oh yeah.
But I like the fakeness of Taco Bell. That's what I did.
That's what gets you.
That's what I dig about it. Yeah, that it's like I know what I'm eating. I know that it's not real meat, probably. You know.
That's even worse.
It is real meat. It's just like the low grade stuff.
Have you had
I'm
an
really
authentic?
talking it up, right?
Have you
health-wise.
had an authentic taco from Waukegan?
Not from Waukegan. I've had authentic tacos before, and I
Not as-
like those too.
Oh, okay, good to hear that you're not discriminating between authentic and fake.
Authentic and the good shit. I mean, maybe it's just because it came from my drinking days, of like college and stuff. Taco Bell was the place we went.
They were open at 2:00 in the morning. yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And it soaked everything up pretty well.
It does. Yeah.
It did
They
does
did
better
a
good
good
than.
job of it.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you owned a bar.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, day to day, you learn to compartmentalize your pain. My husband has pancreatic cancer. It's spreading. He's getting worse.
I
but
didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear
oh,
that.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. Yeah.
Tell me on air, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Can we break it back to me, please? But I compartmentalize it.
She's waiting for a reason to do that.
I know. It's like it's just so. No, but yeah, people are like, you're so happy and you laugh and you do things and whatever because I just put it over there.
Yeah, if I wasn't laughing, I'd have a gun to my fucking
Exactly.
head. So what
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we need to call the episode. No laughter, or gun to head versus laughter.
I like
Gun
what
to
you first said.
fucking head.
No laughter. That's it.
No laughter or gun to
Featuring
my
Jill.
fucking head. No, but humor is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really healthy. And even my husband, and I say husband, but he's really, like, I've been with him 30 years, but we're not legally married.
It's your
I just
husband,
call him that just because it's easier, but I just like to be, clear. That people are like, you're not married? And I'm like, I don't think so. I think we forgot to get married. Like, we just never got around to it. But he
It might have fucked it up.
Exactly.
I'm a firm believer in that.
We were kind of worried about that because people would say you're more married than most married couples, like when in the first 10 years or so and all that. But he also not demands, but depends on laughter. You know, you have cancer, you're dying. You know, he is. It's soon, probably. It's gotten worse. It's been a year and a half, and he's already defied the odds. But it's spreading. It's in his lungs now and all of that. But he's still laughing because he's still here.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying to me, don't you get down about having to go do this all the time and get another treatment and another MRI and all that? And you said, it's all I got.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You just deal with what you got, right?
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do? You can't do anything else. I mean, give up, sure, but why? Because I am still here.
Yep.
And I want to live my life till the last second I'm not living it.
Okay, so there we go.
And I want the people around me to think of me that way and not,
Yeah, not like she gave up.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, and she was bitter and she was, Isn't
it kind of interesting how it sometimes takes, like a physical ailment or something, or like you see the possibility of you not having your life to have that kind of like full of life personality. Like I feel like some people don't realize they take life for granted when they're not.
Definitely.
When they don't see the end of it.
I mean, there's a reason we have all those sayings like "stop and smell the roses."
Yeah.
And yada yada, whatever other ones are that I can't grasp right now. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something to it, and I hope if anybody gets anything out of this, don't wait for that moment. Just do it. Live your life. Go on a fucking vacation.
Oh, see, this.
Kiss your kids. Tell them you love them. Get a dog. They're so damn cute. Not a cat fan, but that's because I'm allergic. But just have
Fair
life
enough.
in your life.
Yeah, and
like embrace life.
And that, I mean,
don't wait for a diagnosis to change it.
Yeah. Don't have a fire lit under your ass. Light your own and go for it.
So for you, life is still worth it, even with all the pain and all the, surgeries and all the tests and scans. You're still
Oh hell yeah!
And I love that, and that's one of the main reasons that we do this show is because we want to talk about the human resiliency.
Well, you guys have it too. I mean, what you guys have been through, I'm sure you talked about it on here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Once or twice. Yeah.
You could have given the fuck up too.
And we could be really negative and bitter, but instead we're trying to turn it around and just be like, you know what? We are all going through shit, right?
Yeah.
At different degrees, but it all matters.
Yeah.
People say to me, oh, well, my husband doesn't have pancreatic cancer, but I'm still feeling really down. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's no comparison. We all have shit.
Yeah.
It's not like this is worse shit than this shit,
Sometimes you just feel like shit.
You just feel like shit. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just feel like shit because of you eating Taco Bell.
Can't confirm. But I love it anyway.
Poor Taco Bell. Hey, Taco Bell, do you want to sponsor us?
And
I would love
can
it.
I recommend vodka?
Taco Bell, I love you. Taco Bell, I love you. I'm serious.
She is serious.
Were you serious that they're going to sell these with vodka?
I think that is a real thing, yeah. Actually, in Chicago, they had spiked drinks like that in a Taco Bell.
That's Chicago. Bring it up north.
I don't
Come
know.
to the suburbs.
I think it was a rumor. But
Libertyville.
yeah, like, oh my God, Libertyville. Their bars aren't even open till like, what are they?
Why is that?
They
That's
close
so
at like
lame.
midnight or something. It's something really stupid. Yes, I'm dragging
11, I
Libertyville
thought. I'm
right
not
now.
sure though.
11?
It's something really lame compared to like
I think like
normal bar
during
time.
the week it's 11, then maybe the weekend. Woo, midnight.
Midnight, yeah.
Don't drop that shoe. Your
And-
pumpkin's gone.
Late night food is also very hard to find too. Like
yeah. Yeah.
I tried to go out to the bars here in Libertyville, and then I would, I get late night food, Taco Bell and stuff, and like
Ding dong.
pizza places aren't open. I mean, after a certain point, like the fast food starts to close and stuff, but it's like it's a different vibe altogether. Wisconsin, we're partying until like 3-4 a.m. You know,
No matter the
Totally
age.
different.
You know?
What's that mean? They got the toddlers out there? Like,
Oh, well,
no, she
maybe.
means, you mean old people or
Yeah, I meant
or
old people.
babies.
oh, the other way. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
They have the teenagers.
But maybe they have like my mom was taken to the bars when she was 12. She started drinking when she was 12 with her dad, way up in northern Wisconsin at the time.
Yeah. What was that? Reese Witherspoon? It's something Alabama or something.
Sweet
or
Home Alabama.
That you have a baby in a bar.
It might have been Sweet Home Alabama.
Was it? It was a movie she was in, and she went back to her hometown, and she's at the bar, and she looks over at this lady. She's like, "Oh, nice, you have a baby in a bar."
That just seems normal to me. I don't know.
Don't know that either. Huh. Anyway, Jill, I have to go to the bathroom.
I have an empty cup. I'm sorry. That's how we roll.
She just finished that just in time.
I have one more at home.
That flowed so well.
Speaking of flowing, you probably got to get
Oh, yeah.
that going. Huh? Well, yeah, I think we can
Wrap it up.
and everything.
But
Wrap
what
it up.
Yeah.
really great, Jill.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It was
really,
fun.
really.
You've lived a lot. You've had a lot.
An
of stuff
amazing-
happen to
That's,
you.
I don't think we even scratched the surface.
Right,
No.
so-
I could do this for days.
Well, I would say, we would love to have, we have repeat guests because they have so much to share. And, you know, you're not only your brain tumors, you know. So,
No, I'm not.
so it'd be, if you would like to come back on later in the season, let us know how the scans turned out and maybe talk about.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys know anyway. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be, no, but I just
Bring
meant
over a bottle.
let the, you know, the listeners and
Uh-huh.
the viewers and all, you know, and just an update. But yeah, I would love to have you back on. You're fun. I mean, you know, the spaghetti thing alone, which nobody really understands
We
that
didn't
yet.
even say the spaghetti thing.
Right. But what we did at the beginning, but
yeah,
we didn't.
We touched on.
But
it.
we
Oh, did
didn't.
we?
But we didn't share the details. So everybody, just try to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm getting confused
That's
because we talked about it,
helpful
but
for
we
you
didn't
guys,
talk
right?
about it on camera, right?
We did at the beginning. Yep.
Okay.
Because I said, "Can you want to start with the spaghetti story?" And you're like, "Oh well." Not really, because it
I
might
don't
be out
remember
there.
it being on camera either. I think
You
I
youngins.
think we're in the same mindset here.
No, I think I'm right this time.
I'm just hoping.
We'll
that
look
we're
back
right.
on the footage, yeah, and see if we talked about it. Otherwise, you guys are gonna be left hanging. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you don't have
Next
any.
time. Next time.
You don't, but you don't have any idea what it is. Try to figure it out.
All right. Sounds good.
I got to go to the bathroom.
All right.
You better go. We're not here though. For you, dear. I'd take the straw out though.
It's gonna turn from blue to green pretty soon here.
Take the straw out.
It's not a catheter.
Or I mean, kind of is in a way if you think about it.
Might work, you know.
All right. Well,
All right.
let's wrap it up.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you for coming on and.
Well, thanks for
talking about
having me.
this.
It was so much fun. I'm so glad I met you guys.
You bet.
Yeah, likewise. It's been really fun to talk to you.
Lifelong
Yeah.
friendship coming up. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be following you around. Talk about restraining orders. I'm batshit crazy.
Did you say batshit crazy? Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah. Okay. Thanking everyone.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Listening.
Bye-bye.